Yes, let's talk money. You know this guy, Bruce Sellery. Welcome back to BT.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Good timing for you. We're giving people a month of lead time to prepare for the RRSPs. The brand new book, The Moolah La Guide to Rocking Your RRSP. And here's the question. We're putting the money in to the tax shelter, but why? What do we want to do in retirement? And that's the starting point.
Exactly. It starts with what you want to do. And if you don't have your motivation, how are you going to make the trade-off between today and your 80-year-old self? Because who wants to? You want to spend your money now on the stuff that you love. But if you take a couple of minutes to just think about that future world, it becomes a little easier to make those tough calls. And so I recommend people brainstorm that regardless of whether or not they're 45 or 25, because it can really help make it crystal clear why that is in your vested interest to save.
So you set down the life blueprint. Okay, this is the lifestyle I want to live for yourself, for your family,
but the simple version. The simple version, like I want to go to Cinque Terre in Italy when I'm 75. Like it could be as simple as that.
Just the basics.
Life blueprint, you kind of scared me a little bit. Like that was a lot of work. I don't want to do a blueprint.
And that's
simple.
That's the good thing about your book. Yeah, you're simplifying things. So okay, you set down the activities, but then how do you actually work out? This is how much money I'm going to need.
Go to your financial advisor or go online to a retirement calculator. There's a bunch of assumptions, but you want to come up with a number, and the number will likely scare you. In fact, freak you out. So have a Quaalude standing by just in case you need that. But it's helpful to know what that number is, because then you can figure out, am I kind of in the game here or am I totally not?
Okay, so what do you say to the viewer watching right now that says, well, Bruce, I don't even have the extra income to put this into the RSP month by month. How do you plan and how do you compensate for that? You
need to figure out a way to increase income or cut spending. So I think one of the things that we do is we prioritize our mortgage, right? So people pay their mortgage. They make sure they pay their mortgage. I would love to have the same priority around retirement savings. And admittedly, it is a tough set of trade-offs, right? Because your kids want to do rep hockey or you want to go south so you don't become a lunatic in this weather in the winter. But those are the trade-offs you need to make, is such that you have got something to look forward to when you're older. It's tough. I admit it's tough.
So we talk about, okay, here's what we want to do, how much we're going to need for retirement. And then there's just the idea of just taking action, like you say, cutting the spending, focusing on the savings. How do you know where to put the money? And I know the financial advisor would give a lot of advice, but it is overwhelming when you step up and say, okay, you're going to put the money and get your tax kickback, but then where's it going to go? Where are you going to invest it?
So you want to put it into a combination of what's called fixed income, lower risk, lower return, and equity, higher risk, higher return. Usually you think of fixed income about equal to your age, so without revealing any numbers, I would be about 40% fixed income because I'm kind of 40. So those are the kinds of conversations you have. You don't have to have them in February. February is the time to put the money into the container, but it is also a very important time, and I brought along a present for you. It's a very important time for you to think about changing habits. So, Riaz, this is for you.
Is this a hint, by
It is
the way?
the ultimate, no, your teeth are fantastic, but I want to take the analogy of toothbrushing to RRSPs, because as you know, people who live in the first world, we brush our teeth. This is a habit that we encourage in our children. And what I want to do is have people encourage the habits of retirement savings with their children, with their spouses, so that we don't have to think about this and get panicked every February. It's just something that we do.
This is a great idea, and especially starting at an early age to ingrain that habit. So we're going to do a book giveaway. You've got the knowledge here. If you want in on this to help simplify things, contest at btvancouver.ca. Subject line, Moolah La. Bruce, always good to see you.
My pleasure. There's a suction cup. Of course you do. There's a suction cup on the bottom and a little cap. So you'll see this and you'll think, must contribute to RSP.
Every time I brush my teeth, I won't wait till the end of February. I'm on it now. Thank you, sir.